Number 10, Addy Adapatan. Number 11, Matt Seeley. Number 12, Christine Raymond. Number 13, Beth Wheeler. Number 54, Alex Mitton. Number 92, Abdul Razaki. And lastly, number 99, Stephen Murphy. With this picture being broadcast live on the BBC, we need everyone here watching in the crowd to show their support for the two teams and make as much noise as possible. Can I get a yeah? Can I get a whoa? I think we're in. It's going to be a fantastic day. Also the coaches, the team's open hours. We have Dan Johnson as coach, assistant coach as Gary Peel. For the London Titans, coach is Lee Sutton, assistant coach is Adam.
A good afternoon and welcome to the BBC live on-stream coverage of this National League and Premier League wheelchair basketball game between the London Titans and the Oldham Owls. My name is Jordan Jarrett Bryan, and I'll be joined in the commentary here with my co-com, Joe Giratni, former Paralympian. How are you doing, Joe?
All good to be here, Jordan.
Yeah, looking forward to this. How are you feeling about this game?
Well, mouth-watering prospect. Top three teams playing here. Oldham are lying second in the league at the moment, and Titans third. Close game, hopefully.
A lot of experience on the court, a lot of talent on the court. Really looking forward to this game. Previous games have been very close, very tight, and both teams in need of the points this afternoon. Just a couple of moments away from tip-off. Very excited as a former player myself, as I'm sure you are too, Joe, that the BBC are covering the sport in this way.
Yeah, it's a great initiative, isn't it? There's this game, and I think in a few weeks there'll be another game, I think it's Bears against Coventry, which details of which will be up later on during this broadcast.
For any first-time viewers of wheelchair basketball, you're going to be in for an exciting game. This isn't just any kind of match we're giving you today as well. This is going to be a fiercely contested, high-quality wheelchair basketball game. Just receiving their last few instructions from their coaches. Dan Johnson, a former teammate of yours, running through the last few calls with the Oldham Owls.
Yeah, that's right. Very experienced bench. Right down to the coaching staff, they've got Oldham Owls. Dan Johnson, Gary Peel, both former Paralympians. Peter Finbow absent today. Another change to the Oldham lineup. Absent also today is Richard Pullen, who's injured in training. So our best wishes to him for a speedy recovery. No doubt he's squinting at a screen somewhere at home.
Indeed. And a high five shout there from the London Titans, the home team, coached by Lou Subden, a former teammate many years ago of myself. So where do you expect this game to be contested? In the defense, in the offense? What do you think will be the difference this afternoon between these two teams, Jay?
Well, historically, this season the stats will show that Oldham Owls have the best defence in the league, despite the fact that they're second at the moment. They lost a 6-point game to top of the league's Sheffield Steelers. if Titans are going to contest this game, they're going to have to polish their offense. Out of the top three, theirs is the poorest offense. So really they need to work on their offense, and I know they've been working very hard on getting the ball to different areas and working on their ball movement. If Titans can get their offense in gear, then we're in for a treat.
Tip-off approaching, we'll give you the starting fives for each team. Titans, Adi Depitan, number 10, Tyler Saunders, number 3, Matt Seeley, 11, Emmanuel Filson, 0, Christy Gregan, 12. For the Owls, GB Women's, Laurie Williams at 10, Martin Edwards, 26, Daniel Fraser, 7, Jack Perry, 15, Billy Bridge at 8. And we're underway here. It's been kicked out wide. Billy Bridge puts the shot up.
And straight away you saw their Oldham going to the big man, Dan Fraser, who's really come on leaps and bounds this year.
Matt Seeley with the outside shot. No luck on this one. It's Oldham on the break. And there's the first points of the game.
Yeah, nice points there. Composed finish from Martin Edwards under the basket. This is going to be the problem for London Titans, how they're going to combat the height.
It's Depitan to Seeley, Seeley back to Depitan. And there's the home side's first points of this game.
Nice ball movement there from the man-out situation. Got the ball to Filson. Good finish from the elbow from Manny.
And there's the first foul of the game. Edwards fouled under the basket. And he's good for 2.
Nice piece of skill there from Martin Edwards. Ball in one hand, controlling the chair with the other. Drew the foul, got the shot up.
First one's good. That's 2 for 2.
Martin Edwards, of course, member of the World Championship winning Great Britain team from last year.
Seeley from range.
They're going to have to start hitting those shots from outside. Our Titans, it's a big part of their offense is their outside shooting from the likes of Gregan, from Seeley, from Adipitan. So you see Jack Perry there just drawing a foul.
As the game proceeds, we'll be giving all first-time viewers of the game here an idea of the rules. Doing our best to explain why some of the players are doing the things that they're doing. And there's 2. Bridge there from distance, but no score on this occasion. It's Breaking with the ball, driving through the middle, kicks it out to Saunders. I spoke to Laurie Williams before the game, and she mentioned that the height difference is what they were hoping to exploit against the Titans. And there's a nice drive into the key there.
Yeah, classic bit of play from Oldham. They move the ball to one side, lull the defence over to the strong side, and then they make those weak side cuts. And well executed.
Miss Seeley on the right wing here. Fakes, goes to the baseline, comes back up. They're just struggling to get those, inverted commas, easier baskets and easier shots. They've been forced to take those shots from distance.
Yeah, once again you see Oldham so active in transition off the ball. the likes of Perry, the likes of Edwards will just rush down that court. They'll get into position, and if they don't, they're drawing fouls.
Bridge kicks it wide. It's Perry on the ball. It's 2 more points for the Owls.
Nice set play there. Just went into that 2-man game with Laurie Williams, who's one of the very best in the world at that. Watch her play for GB Women's. You'll see what I mean.
It's Bregan. To Filson, puts it up. The rebound by Depitan, he's fouled. In these early stages, JJ, what do the Titans need to do to get those better shots and better looks at the basket? Because they're struggling currently.
They are struggling to get decent shots. They're getting just conventional shots behind the screen. I think they need more movement away from the ball. They need to move the ball to one side and create from the other side. At the moment, they're just going either skip passes across the key or just through the middle. They probably need a bit more movement off the ball, I would have thought, just to try and move the defense a bit more, make the defense think a bit more. It's a nice offensive rebound there from Adepitan. He's molested from behind by Perry, and the foul was called.
Good turnout here at the University of East London. It's an end line play for Titans. Into Seeley. Back to Gregan. Seeley on the point, wide to Gregan. Trying to work a pick and roll there. But they've got it back, and again.
That's just too many handling errors, really 3 or 4 handling errors in the space of one offense.
Owls on the break there and punish the Titans. The timeout is called for the Titans bench.
Yeah, the score goes to 10-2, and Titans really are going to have to improve their offense. We just saw the problem there for them in that last phase. 3 or 4 handling errors just in the space of one offense. It's not going to be good enough. It's going to give Oldham easy looks at the basket, which they can ill afford.
Good turnout here at the University of East London here for this game. Good support for the home team in particular. They'll be hoping to see a little bit more in this first quarter from the home side.
Of course, the University of East London, no strangers to wheelchair basketball, Jordan. They have a very strong program here for wheelchair basketball, coached by former Great Britain legend Anne Wilde. She runs a really good program here. I've been down here a couple of times, and they've got a good program on the go here.
And we're back in play. It's Seeley bringing the ball up. See Addy at the top there, crashing the key. Seeley with the reverse layup, but it's just not happening at the moment.
Much better play though. You see they move the ball, they got some movement off the ball. Seeley normally very reliable on those sort of shots.
There's an effort from range there, 3-pointer. No good from Billy Bridge on this occasion. It's Seeley bringing the ball up now, bringing a bit of pace into Titans attack, into Depitan, who kicks it wide. There's a charge call there on a Depitan. Addy deemed to have lost control of his drive into the key, and crashing into a defensive player. Currently an 8-point game. Good rebound there from Christy Gregan. They've given the ball away again. Daniel Fraser unable to take the pass into him from Bridge.
Rare turnover from Oldham Owls there. Normally such a secure team with the ball, really polished offense they have. They're all very comfortable on the ball. You don't see that very often.
At this early stage, JJ, in the game, do the Titans need to try and get back into this game and get some shots off? Or is it about maybe controlling and not giving the ball away, just getting some touches of the ball, getting some movements going, getting their rhythm going?
They have to find that balance. They are an outside shooting team out and out. They don't really have any great height, as we see another rare turnover, having said that, from Oldham. Still there by Christy Gregan.
It's Christy here doing well on the ball here. Nice pick and roll there between him and Seeley. Nice pass there. Seeley puts it up. Matt Seeley puts in the 2 points. That's better.
Yeah, they managed to take advantage of the fact that Dan Fraser had fallen over at half court. Referee didn't blow the whistle, obviously, because there was no player in danger, and Titans were in possession.
And it wasn't a foul. Important to mention for anybody watching that wasn't a foul.
No foul. Score is 10-4 to Oldham. No need for Titans to panic at this stage, I don't think, Jordan, alluding to what you were saying before. It's only 6 points.
Tyler Tools on the ball here, kicks it out wide to Seeley. Into Depitan. Out to Gregan. Gregan puts 2 up. That's a nice shot there within his range.
Yeah, that's his bread and butter shot, just coming off screens, shooting on the move. If he's on form, he can be devastating.
Titans unable to claim that rebound there, and it's gone out for a offensive for the Owls. Subs coming in from the Owls.
Yep, on comes Wayne Boardman and Robin Love, and off go Fraser and Laurie Williams. Normal substitution pattern here for Oldham.
And that's too easy, isn't it, JJ? He's got in there way too easy.
Yeah, way too easy. We talked about this earlier on, where they make weak side cuts.
Good punishing. But it's the Titans coming down and replying.
What a drive there from Christy Gregan. Nice left-handed finish. Good to see.
Titans appear to have gone slightly more aggressive and rushing the Owls a bit more. A few pickbacks as well. And there's a rebound from a Depitan who puts it up.
Yeah, they're executing those man-outs play a lot better, getting a couple of offensive rebounds as well, by virtue of the fact that they've got a man-out, so there's more space to get those offensive rebounds.
You have a 2-point game. Bridge into Edwards. That's 3 in a row now he's missed. Saunders unable to keep the ball in play there.
Yeah, that was a really putrid pass. There's really no excuse for that. There was no pressure on the offense. Just threw it right over his head, gave him no chance.
Missed a chance there to try and draw level. It's Bridge with the inbound. Jack Perry on the ball. It's out to Edwards.
Nice defense there from Titans. They got exactly what they wanted from that, which was they were going to give Wayne Boardman the drive to the basket, and they covered the middle. They're quite happy for Wayne to just keep getting the ball inside because they know they'll be able to swamp him. He's not going to score 20, 30 points from in there. Smart defensive play.
As Gregan kicks it back to the top, a Depitan out wide here to Seeley, back to the top with a Depitan, fake shot, puts the shot up. No score on this occasion. Edwards brings the ball up. It's Jack Perry on the ball. Saunders with the rebound here. Gives it to Seeley. And we're seeing again here Adia Depitan picking back a man to gain a numerical advantage on the offense. And that concludes the end of the first quarter. Owls with a 2-point lead, 12-10 over the home side London Titans. Just surmise that first 10 minutes for us, JJ.
Well, Owls got off to a good start, as you'd expect them to do so. Titans struggled, didn't they, to get good shots off and to do some, they had some good shots, but they struggled to finish early on in the game. But then they pulled it back. They started getting more man-outs and easier shots, a couple of offensive rebounds. They got a couple of good stops at the other end, but they do have to cut out their errors. If you look at the error count, it was probably up to about 5, and that's too much really in one quarter. So the second quarter and for the rest of the game, they're really going to have to cut out those handling errors, and we should have another game on our hands here. It's pretty close as it is. They pulled it right back. They've done well, the Titans.
Throughout the game, we will be, as I mentioned, explaining some of the rules and some of the reasons why some of the players are doing what they're doing. The classification system is in place depending on the player's disability. A couple of the more basic rules to follow for first-time viewers. It's 2 pushes before the ball must be released or bounced. And the courts they're playing on here is regulation size. It's the exact same court and baskets as in the able-bodied game. And also many will recognise television presenter and documentary maker Adia Depitan, who I know is a former colleague or former teammate of yours of many lifetimes ago.
Yeah, several lifetimes ago. I could barely remember it, really. He's still such a fierce competitor after all these years, very much the veteran on this team. But still, I train with these guys a couple of times a week, and he's still the fiercest man on court. He'll be off filming in the wilds of somewhere, turn up, and he's just the same guy he was when he was 18 years old. Fantastic athlete and a great competitor.
That's important for the younger players to see as well, because I know this team has 7 teams. Very important that they see someone of Adi's stature and years in the game still just as competitive and as hungry as he ever was.
Absolutely. One of the problems that the coaching staff at Titans face, of course, is managing his minutes. You see Seeley with a little low post miss there. Normally hits those.
There's 2 points there for Billy Bridge.
Yeah, if this game remains close, Billy Bridge will be a key player for Oldham. I think Titans will be happy to see if he can hit more and more of those shots from the top of the key.
Testing. And that's a beautiful shot there from Matt Seeley. One of his trademark shots there.
Very much so, yeah. He'll be glad he's found his range. Hopefully that will settle him down a little bit now. There we see what I was talking about. No real effort to put that much pressure on Billy. They're obviously going to try and test him a little bit.
Very ambitious, wild reverse layup there that's at the top of the backboard, therefore it's an inbound to Oldham.
Yeah, if Chris Gregan's not careful, that's going to be his trademark shot. He needs to be far more composed. He had a lot more time than he thought there.
Edwards from quite deep there. No luck on that chance there. Saunders coming down with the ball.
Yeah, much better job defensively from Titans. Oldham's shots aren't as easy as they were in that first quarter.
Great take. Brilliant take there from Gregan.
Yeah, Titans' turn there to make an off the ball cut there. Nice cut. Ball was short, as you said, Jordan. Did a good job collecting it.
Depitan kicks it to the top. Seeley kicks it wide to Saunders, who puts it up. Nothing on this occasion.
Yeah, no luck there for Tyler Saunders. Easily the best athlete on the Titans team, perhaps on court actually. Tremendous athlete is Tyler Saunders. They're going to do well. He'll need to really enter the fray from an offensive point of view. Billy Bridge there. 2 points, complaining to the referee. But Ian Pearce-Glove's not going to have any of that. He's probably the most experienced referee that we have. He's seen it all and heard it all.
He was refereeing when I was a junior.
Well, that is some time ago, Jordan. Good Lord.
That's a very good take there, and a foul from Robin Love on Christy Gregan. He's doing a lot better with those cuts. I love a good cut. I love a good cut into the key.
Can't beat it. That was your bread and butter, wasn't it?
That was. He's done 2 or 3 now.
Yeah, I mean, I think what they're doing is they're moving the ball away and relying on him to take Robin Love one-on-one, which he's done twice so far.
It's a very good pick and roll there between Adepitan and Filson. And Filson puts in for 2.
Yeah, that's going to be a key play for them. How many points they can get Filson. He's really their best option for small forward, as we see Jack Berry doing what he does best, which is just offside cuts, nice calm finish.
Saunders for 3, big shot there, but nothing on this occasion with the rebound. Picked up by Seeley, kicks it wide to Adepitan, who gets it in to Saunders. G in the crowd up there to bring it back to a 2-point game. Timeout called. Oldham Owls. Yeah, you mentioned Tyler Saunders there earlier on, one of the best athletes on the court. He's a personal trainer.
He's an absolute beast. I mean, he did what was that thing on ITV? Was it Mudder?
It was. He did the Ninja Warrior last year, and also Tough Mudder. Yeah.
Tough Mudder and Ninja Warrior. I mean, good Lord. As if being a father and a personal trainer weren't enough.
You know what? Let's make it a little bit more interesting. I don't know if you follow him on social media on Instagram, but he does these insane videos where he goes to the London Underground, he goes to London landmarks. He just does these incredible, I don't know, describe it, pull-ups, dips, insane things, and you see the public look at him like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Phenomenal athlete.
Phenomenal athlete, absolutely. I wish I was half the man he was athletically when I was his age.
I'll take a quarter. His first points of the game.
Just to highlight the importance of Emmanuel Filson, last week Titans won a very, very narrow 2-point victory against the young and exciting Coventry team, and Filson had 23 points and 6 boards, and that's the sort of game he needs to have today if they're gonna win this game. Only 2 points in it, so it's all to play for right now.
Laurie Williams back on the court. Subs made there by Oldham Owls. Crowd being whipped up there to get the Titans better on defense. And it's a good defensive stop there by the Titans. Saunders brings the ball up. Adepitan out to Seeley. Seeley with a nice curl inside. Adepitan to Gregan. Kicks it cross court to Saunders, to Seeley. back to Gregan. They've got to put it up. They have done. No joy on this occasion.
Yeah, that was nice ball movement there again. They were really patient. Those are the sort of shots that they need to generate, which was good.
2-point game.
Nice two there from Jack Perry, just working behind the screen from Martin Edwards.
Saunders on the ball to the top, but Adepitan is, who kicks it wide to Gregan, who kicks it to Seeley, who gives it back to him. Adepitan on the baseline.
Well, he was out of bounds there with the ball, Addy, a bit careless of him, and probably he didn't really want the ball that low, I would have suspected. There were plenty of other options, and he was probably the last option.
Yeah, not the ideal place to give Adepitan the ball. It's Edwards, gets it back to the top.
A definite pick and roll there from Dan Fraser. The help didn't go down. Christy Gregan was shouting for help, but it didn't go. They have to be very careful of Oldham's pick and roll game. They go with a man out here again, see if they can profit from it this time.
Saunders with the missed shot there.
Again, a decent shot for him. Mismatch at the top there. Just requires a bit more composure.
It's a good rebound there. So Adepitan bringing the ball up court. Gregan kicks it wide to Seeley, back to Adepitan at the top. Gregan takes the ball, gets it back to Adepitan, to Saunders.
Shot clock down to 4.
The Owls defense has definitely stepped up a little bit as well in the last 2 or 3 Titans of offenses.
Yeah, they have, but again, that last man out, they didn't execute that very well at all, Titans. Wrong spaces were occupied. They were never going to find the free man.
And if you notice, they're really identifying the man out as the best way, and they've just turned over there. It's a 3 from range there.
Well, they got away with one there. Another turnover. No reason for it. They weren't under undue pressure. They had good court position. Gregan puts up a 3 this time. Filson gets the offensive rebound, keeps them alive.
And there's a fast break there, great pass from Edwards, and there's a missed layup, finger roll there. Can Titans punish them?
Well, Billy Bridge just had it all at his mercy there. So what was the question of which Billy Bridge is going to turn up, Jordan? He's an absolutely brilliant player on his day. So much experience now, having played abroad, played in Italy, played in Germany. So he's no longer a young player anymore. He's an experienced campaigner on the periphery of the Great Britain team. And misses like that just aren't going to help his confidence. You can see his body language as he went off there. He knows he should have hit that shot. An open layup. Subs are on. In comes Steve Rainey and Robin Love, as Perry and Bridge take a break. 6-point lead to the Owls now. 2:23 left in the second.
Gregan, back to Adepitan, back to Gregan. Slight overload there for a second, but Saunders peeled away. Back to Adepitan in his range, and it spins and comes out. No luck on this occasion. Rainey, big guy there at the top to Edwards, kicks it wide. That's a nice 2 points off the glass.
Yeah, they really do have a height advantage now with Steve Rainey, incidentally an able-bodied player, so he'll be worth 5 points on court. But they have Robin Love and Laurie Williams on, so that women players get a dispensation of 1.5 points, which is how they're able to play a 5-point player along with Martin Edwards, as Gregan gets one to drop.
Titans needed that. You feel like they were building up a little bit of momentum there, the Owls. Just needed to slightly puncture that, and that 2 points I think has slightly done that. A foul there. Saunders, I believe.
Yeah, Tyler Saunders again, that fast break off the ball that Oldham is so adept at. Once the ball's secured, they've got runners going, and Steve Rainey this time drew the foul off Saunders off the ball.
Robin Love there from the top, lovely shot.
Yeah, beautiful ball movement, nice pick and roll, and I wouldn't be the guy testing Robin Love from that range. She will kill you from there.
Gregan replying with 2 points.
See a little bit of high court pressure here from Titans, trying to slow that ball down as we go into the last minute of this second quarter.
Edwards there, that's an offensive rebound. Saunders there, kicking it wide. There's a nice pick and roll there, Filson. Great work there. So before the game, I caught up with Laurie Williams of the Oldham Owls. I'm now joined by Laurie Williams here ahead of the game. We'll get to the game in just a second, Laurie. But first of all, great atmosphere here so far. How excited are you about this match?
I'm extremely excited. The whole team's really excited. You know, it's the first time that the Premier League's been aired on BBC Online, so it's a massive deal for the sport, and the whole team's really pumped for the game.
And how and why is that important that BBC are now doing live streams and backing the sport in this way?
I mean, it's so important for wheelchair basketball to get it out there on all different kinds of media, and I think it just shows the journey that the sport's been on. You know, it used to get zero coverage, and for now to be on one of the biggest broadcasting channels is a massive deal for the sport. So
brilliant. You've been playing for quite a long time now. Tell me a little bit about when you first started and how you got into wheelchair basketball.
Yeah, so I first tried wheelchair basketball when I was 13. So that's, you know, well over 10 years now. Yeah. And I actually got spotted at the Greater Manchester Youth Games, where I was just doing a bit of athletics, you know, pushing them down in my chair, and my old coach spotted me and said, you know, you've got to come along and try wheelchair basketball, like it's so much better than what you're doing. And I did, and I've really not looked back since. Like, it was fun, and you know, it's changed my life. So
you've travelled the world playing wheelchair basketball, played abroad. To anyone that wants to get into the sport, explain to them why they should and how exciting it can be playing wheelchair basketball.
Yeah, like I said, it's completely changed my life. Like, it opened so many doors up to me. I met people and became really good friends with them. You meet people that are like you have a good time, you keep fit, you know, it's physical, it's competitive, but it can also just be a lot of fun. Like, you can take it to whatever level you want to.
And you're a key figure in the GB women's team as well. How proud are you to be a part of that team?
Oh, incredibly proud. You know, at the moment we're doing so well. We won a silver medal at the World Championships in August, which is our greatest achievement to date. So, you know, we're really going places with the team, and it's a great journey that we've been on. I'm just so proud.
And on the game itself today, what are the key strengths that you've got to negate from the Titans today?
Yeah, I think the Titans are a quick team, so we've definitely planned for that in our game plan. You know, we make up for it in our height. They're not quite as tall as we are, so we're we're going to try and capitalise on that. And they've also got some great spot shooters, so we're just trying to get them out of their rhythm, I think.
And finally, for any new viewers to the sport today, what's your role in this team? What will you be hoping that you can do well today? What's your position?
Yeah, well, I play as a 1.0 classification. So that means I do a lot of the work, like I'm trying to create shots for a lot of people. And I think as well, like it just shows that as a woman, like I can compete with guys and I get on court and I play and it's really physical, but I love it. And I think it's just, I hope that I'm a great role model for all those women out there who want to get involved.
And if you pull out your chair, people shouldn't worry, should they?
No, it's part of the game.
Very good luck. Thank you very much. Cheers. Big up. Thank you. So welcome back here. Good first half there from both sides. Took a little while for London Titans to get into their rhythm and get going, but they did eventually. How important is it more so for Titans, JJ, that they win this game today in the context of the season?
Well, in the context of the season, they definitely want to win this game, not only because of the context of the season, Jordan, but both these teams, along with the other top teams, will be preparing for their respective European competitions. Oldham have already qualified for their finals. I believe Titans go this week to their qualifying tournament. I forget where they're going. So it's not just a question of doing well in this league, which they'll want to. They'll be confident of making a playoff position anyway, top four. But they really will be looking to fine-tune their team for the European competitions.
So as you can see there, the Premier Division leading the league there. Sheffield Steelers will be having played 3 more games than the Owls, the Titans, in that top 3. So they're kind of pulling away, but there are some games to play for the Owls and the Titans here. How much of the 3 teams, Steelers there obviously top, but who, in your opinion, are the most rounded, strongest team? Who do you fancy to win this division? Well,
my money is going to be on Sheffield. They've already beaten Oldham by 6 points in the first meeting of the season. Close run game. I mean, Oldham are quite capable of pulling it back. I just got a feeling that the young team that Sheffield have got, they're just full of talent, no fear, and I just got a feeling that they're going to end up top. But Oldham, if they were there, I think they're due to play them again in April, so that they have that 6-point deficit, which they have to pull back if they're going to go top as well. So my money would be on Sheffield, but it's a close run thing, as we say. It was only 6 points in the last meeting between those 2 teams.
You mentioned Robin Love there. He made a couple of appearances in that first half. Love from Ayr, Scotland, now lives in Altrincham. She joined in 2016, only been playing for 6 years. She watched the GB women's team in the London 2012 Paralympics and was inspired to come along and give it a go. Top player, made her GB debut in 2015 at the Rio Paralympics. She was a key part of the World Championships where women got the silver medal. She was an integral part in that and voted an All-Star 5 at the recent Osaka Cup in Japan.
Yeah, she's really come on in leaps and bounds. I love the way she played from the first minute I saw her when she was just a novice player. But already it didn't take her long to get into the whole GB program. And she's just terrific. She's one of those rare players who works at 100% of everything you ask her to do. She just does it to 100%. But coupled with her physical ability, she's highly intelligent basketball-wise. She's such a smart player.
I was just going to say, the thing I love about Love the most is, I've watched her for a few years now, she's very economical and intelligent with her movement on the court. She doesn't just bulge in, she doesn't want the ball when it's not really for her. She's very, very intelligent with her movements and she knows where to be and when to be. Yeah, very, very, very smart player.
Yeah, she made that All-Star 5 in Osaka. I watched some of their games. Now, Great Britain women played without the services of Amy Conroy, who is a 4-point player, much integral to their team. She was injured, so it was really up to the likes of Love to pick up that slack, and she did a great job. They lost in the final to the Dutch, but along with the Dutch, they are the top 2 teams in the world in the women's game at the moment, and Love is an integral part of Great Britain's future.
Let's talk about you for a little bit, Jay, just for a couple of minutes before we get into the second half.
Oh, good grief.
Yeah. Do you ever miss playing? You had a long, distinguished career. I've got here, plenty of Euros, one of world champs, a silver at the Worlds, a silver at the Paras, one of 3 that you competed in, 13 years with GB, over 200 appearances for GB. When you watch these games, in particular at this high level, which is where you played for pretty much all of your career, do you miss being on court, or are you glad to let the new guys coming through have their time?
Well, it's a bit twixt and tween. I miss playing the game at any level every day. I miss playing. I still manage to train a couple of times a week. Some of these London teams very kindly let an elderly gentleman come along and be part of their outreach program into the community. I miss it, but what I don't miss, Jordan, is the travelling and the hard work. It's just, when you've done it for a long time, as any of these guys will tell you, the travelling and the getting up early and training and everything you have to put into it, it wears you down. And, I played for nearly 35 years. I don't miss certain aspects of it, but I miss playing.
And you played abroad, didn't you, for a number of years? How much did you enjoy that, and how much did that take away from being at home, inverted commas, back in the UK? Did you long to come back after your time abroad?
Not that I longed for it. I mean, my time abroad, to be honest with you, Jordan, I did more coaching abroad than I played. I played in 2001 for a team in Milan for the second half of that season, and then there was a long gap before I went back to Rome, and my coaching really was what took over from there on.
So a player we might well see at some point in this second half is a player that kind of graduated through the junior ranks of the London Titans team, who's been promoted up into the senior squad here, Abdul Barazaki, and I caught up with him just before this game. I'm now joined by Abdul Barazaki of the London Titans. Abdul, really good crowd here today. Are you nervous? Are you excited? How are you feeling?
I mean, it is my first time on a show court, so I'm not really nervous, but it's more like butterflies in my stomach because it's a very high-end game, but should be all good for now.
And you've come through the junior teams, haven't you, to come to the senior team here. What's been your journey, and how proud are you that you're here today in this squad?
My journey's been a tough journey. I've had to go through a lot of milestones, a lot of hard work, and everything is finally paying off. So, I mean, yeah, it was all good now.
Tell me a little bit about your entry into wheelchair basketball. How did you first hear about it? How did you meet the Titans?
So I was admitted into Stanmore Hospital, and I seen someone play wheelchair basketball who was just taking shots and stuff, and I was really interested from then. So I asked him, how do I get involved and how do I get into the teams and stuff like that. I went to one training session, and ever since then I've been going to every training session.
And what's your role? What's your position? What's your role in this team?
So me, I play the guard, so I'm mostly the shooter and everything. I take a lot of the shots and create plays and stuff like that. Yeah.
And what would your advice be to anybody that's in a wheelchair or not that wants to play wheelchair basketball?
My advice would be never give up. Always go for what your dreams are. If you start wheelchair basketball and there's a point where you're not liking it, carry on, because that's just something that's just holding you back. Never give up. I had points in my life where I was close to giving up, but I always kept going, never gave up, and I'm here now, so it's all working out well.
And finally, a big game today. How important is it that you win this game in the context of the season?
Yeah, it's a very big game. It's very important. This leads to Euro Cup, so it's good training just before Euro Cup. Good atmosphere, good game, and this game, it's like we're third at the table. I was the second at the table, so it's just battling out for who's becoming the second best or first best. It's just a battle between the Premier Division.
Good luck today, Abdul. Thank you very much. Cheers, man. Thank you very much. Good luck, mate. Thank you. Barekzai, a very good example of the great work that London Titans are doing. 7 teams they have here. I think 4 of them are junior teams. Very much one of the, if not the leading team in London. And I'd encourage anybody in the London region that wants to have a go, play some wheelchair basketball, to go and check out the London Titans website. Players like Abdul have progressed through the lower junior teams to be on the bench here today for this Premier team. And as you mentioned earlier on, you've trained with the team on a few occasions.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, they do have such a big playing base to London Titans. I believe their roster is something in the region of 70 or 80 players something registered. Like that, yeah. It's ridiculous, really. And yeah, I've been watching Abdul's progress. He's really come along. He's one of their more skillful players. I like the way he plays. You know, he tends not to panic. He's a decent shooter. He sees the floor well. So I've watched his progress from the lower leagues, and he's starting to train now way more regularly with the Prem team, although he still plays mainly in Div 1. But he's certainly come along.
So just before this third quarter gets underway, what do you think Titans have to do now to not only try and pull level, but try and get themselves in front?
Well, I think their execution in transition has to be a lot better. They've got 7 turnovers in those 2 quarters, which for them, I mean, Oldham have 5 turnovers of their own. However, I think it's more telling for over the course of a game for Titans, because their offense is not quite as polished as Oldham. So Oldham can probably afford those 5 turnovers and whatever they make in the second half. So they need to cut down on their turnovers. They need to execute their man-out plays a lot better, because they really haven't got that much off them.
No.
But they've done well defensively. They've picked up the slack defensively. They've managed to keep an eye on the main players for Oldham.
7 turnovers, as you mentioned there, a lot. That's a lot for a game, let alone a half.
Well, at this level, yeah, and it's just a matter of the turnovers. There were 2 or 3 in one phase. I think we talked about it a little bit early on. But Titans, they shot 36% from the field, and that's not going to be enough over the course of a game.
We're back underway. Owls bringing the ball in. Out here wide to Edwards. There's an early 2 points there.
Well, Titans decided this time to cover from the 4 spot, but of course Oldham, as always, are ready for that. And they just did a little weak side seal there from Williams for Jack Perry.
Saunders with the ball. Out to Gregan. And there's a 3-second violation there. I think that was called a Depitan. Not allowed to be inside that zone for more than 3 seconds, or you will be called. That's a foul. Offensively, that is.
It's a violation more than a foul. You see Jack Perry under pressure there. We see Oldham putting on a little bit of full court pressure here just to try and slow Titans down. The shot clock goes down to 10. Filson misses another shot you'd expect him to hit there. He did well to get it into him, but they have to start hitting those.
Great post-up shot there.
Again, you see this full court pressure here from 3. The Oldham, Edwards, Bridge and Perry, and they've got a steal off it.
Unable to take advantage there, the Owls.
Yeah, he just drifted there. It was a nice little cut from Dan Fraser, but he didn't stop his chair when he had perfect position. He just kept drifting. So when the ball eventually came to him, it was a little bit behind him. I think Titans have called a timeout there to try and deal with this full court press.
Has that been called, do you reckon, because just concerns that the lead may grow so big that it's hard to pull back? Just nip it in the bud now, change something now. 8 points is obviously nothing, but 8 points can turn to 14, 16 points very quickly when things are going wrong.
Yeah, that's right. And against a team like Oldham, the last thing you want to be doing is really playing catch up to a large degree. As you say, the gap is already 8 points. If it were to go to 10 or more, you'd fear for their chastity, to be honest, for the rest of the game. So they've called an early timeout, probably a decent use of a timeout to try and organise where everybody should be going and what they should be doing in this four-court pressure. Having done that, Oldham probably call it off now. Probably force them to use that timeout.
A double bluff. Inbound Titans. Adepitan kicks it wide to Seeley. Fake shot there from Matt Seeley. Off the glass, 2 points.
Nice little move there from Matt. Got Dan Fraser with his arms off the chair. Took a little dribble and hit that bank shot. Textbook Seeley.
Edwards wide here with the ball. Bursts inside, way too easy. It's cut across in there, received the ball back. Got a simple 2 points off the glass.
Yeah, beautiful play there from Martin Edwards. Kicked the ball across, drew the defence, lulled them into a sense of false security. Beautiful little cut. You see how he stopped perfectly when he had position. He didn't drift, stopped exactly where he needed to.
Saunders with a shot there, but it's a foul. Billy Bridge, I believe, there. And that'll be 2 shots to Tyler Saunders.
Yeah, Billy thought he was a little bit unfortunate with that.
First one's good. Two for two.
They needed those really. Free throws just to keep them within touching distance.
Great pass there from Bridge. Brilliant pass.
And there you see the value of Oldham just running the floor so quickly off the ball. Early mismatch, good pass.
Deputy in possession here. Down to Saunders. Nice little drive in there. That's a good 2 points there.
Yeah, again, patient play there from Titans. They need way more of that. Move the ball well.
It's Bridge here looking for something. Kicks it wide to Edwards. Cross-court pass. Filson was refusing to let Edwards in there, and that's a good finish there from Bridge.
Yeah, they covered the offside cut that time from Edwards. Bridge hits the jumper from the free throw line.
Bregan wide to Seeley. Seeley back to Adepitan, who puts it up. Nothing on this occasion. Bridge brings the ball up. Nice pick and roll there. Depitan has recovered. It's a good rebound there from Saunders, got fingers on it, tipped it to teammate Gregan, who brings the ball up. The play's been called there from Titans. The drive to the basket there from Gregan. Flicked off for an inbound. Gregan to Saunders, to Seeley, to Depitan. Seeley, shot clock there, running down.
Again, nice cut there, but another handling error there. That has to go down as a turnover. They had a chance to get it into Saunders, who'd made a decent cut, but the pass was way too short there.
Bridge on the ball. Kicks it wide to Edwards, who switches sides.
But they got away with one there. The cover was called, and again, it didn't come. Dan Fraser will live off those.
So Depitan fakes the pick and roll there. Filson, it's kicked in wide. But another turnover. It's Edwards with the open shot. Nothing on this occasion. Saunders on the ball.
Well, unusual miss there from Martin Edwards. Great pick there at mid-court from Billy Bridge. Took out two players. Made the space for Edwards.
There's brilliant 2 points there from Matthew Seeley.
Yeah, nice two there from Matt. Read the play well, knew it was his shot.
They've only managed Titans to put up 2 baskets without reply once in this game so far. They need some momentum, and there it is again. Just what they needed to get a stop, and 2 back-to-back baskets. And they've done that and called a timeout. Timeout called there, I believe, by Older Miles.
Well, that's exactly what Titans have been working on, and that's the first time they've done it in the whole game. They've been working so hard on getting Emmanuel Filson up court and getting him an early ball, very much like Oldham have been doing with the likes of Perry and Edwards. And they can see if they can keep doing that, they're going to get easy baskets off it. Back down to a 4-point game as a result of that.
Do you think that Filson is doing a good enough job in just being the guy that causes havoc and creates for others? Or do you want to see 8, 10, 12 points from him? I know he's not a traditional forward or a big man in the traditional sense. Do you want to see a few more baskets from him? Or is he doing a good enough job in just creating for others to get their looks?
Well, I think he has that very difficult role of being an inside-outside player. You know, he's expected to hit those little jump shots like he did just then, the little fadeaways just on the edge of the key, but he's also the guy they rely on to make, just to create some havoc inside the key and create space for others. If they can get that balance, if they can get the ball to him more, I think he does all he can. Where they need to improve is to get him the ball a lot more. As we see, Tyler Saunders goes off and in on comes Stephen Murphy. Now, Stephen's going to give them a little bit more height. He's only been with them 6 months. He's still learning, really, to play the game at this very top level, having transferred from Essex Outlaws. So we'll see if he can make a difference with a little bit of height on the edge of the key.
What's the thinking behind that, do you believe, JJ? Is it just simply to match them for height, or is there another tactical reason? There's 2 points there, we see there from Edwards. Because what they gain in height, they lose in ball movement from someone like Saunders.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, they lose the national athleticism and speed and mobility that Tyler Saunders brings to the game. However, they will be looking for Stephen Rainey just to get to the edge of the key, and he's going to be the guy that, if things aren't going that well, he's always an outlet because he's got that little bit more height, and they'll be hoping that he'll be able to get a few jump shots just from the edge of the key, even if he doesn't penetrate, just as an outlet.
Mm-hmm. Sideline there from the Titans, back to a Depitan. to Gregan, kicks it wide to Seeley. Seeley back to the top there, Gregan inside. And exactly what you were just talking about there. Murphy with his first points in the game.
Yeah, he needed that. Hits his first shot. He'll be full of confidence now.
There's Bridges on the ball here. There's Robin Love here from the top. Nothing from her. There's Gregan on the ball here. And it's a 3 for Gregan. It's just spun out. I think there was a play that he missed there, acknowledging that he should have maybe kicked it wide, but it's Bridges on the ball now. Inside to Love.
And there you see just pure class from Robin. It wasn't just the way she executed the shot, but the little chair skill just to move away. All little things that people don't always notice, but important skills nonetheless.
6-point game here. Seeley on the ball, back to the top there over Deputan. Out to Filson, into Gregan. Back to Deputan, out to Seeley, all the way. And there's a layup there. That was brilliant ball movement from Titans.
Yeah, great ball movement, nice read. They couldn't come off Stephen Murphy because they knew he's already scored, so they didn't want to come off him. Good read by Seeley, takes the drive.
Good play there from Edwards. Off the pick and roll, driving through the middle, got the ball back. And inside, he's not going to miss from there.
Yeah, they need to get that help defense a little bit tighter.
From the top.
Yeah, you can't play against Oldham Owls if you don't have that help defense tight and polished. They're just too good at pick and rolls.
Deputan with the open shot there. Nothing on this occasion. And that's Bridges. Great pass there. Perry there finishing off for 2 points. Oh, they'll be disappointed there because they had that rebound and then there was a confusion or a mix-up.
Yeah, somebody needed to throw a couple of elbows, even at your own player, and get that
Get
ball
out of the way, yeah. It's Bridges here, inside again, way too easy. But he's kicked it back out to Bridges. Uses the screen for the shot there, but nothing. Seeley gathering, looking for an outlet now, looking for a pass. So we have an 8-point game there, JJ. It's pretty much been an 8-point game there or thereabouts throughout. How do the Titans now step it up a level now? Because this is the period now where they need to really get a couple of back-to-back stops, 2 or 3 scores in a row.
Yeah, it really comes down to a question of what can they do to change the momentum of the game. Even though it's a close game, the momentum has all been with Oldham. They're the ones who are getting the easier baskets. Titans are having to work hard for their baskets. They're having to take harder shots from further out, which over the course of the game, you'd expect them not to win. So they have to find a way of changing the momentum in this game. Do they put a press on? Do they do a little hustle maybe just to try and break up the momentum for Oldham so they can't just get rebounds and launch the ball up court to Perry and to Edwards under the basket? Make them do something else. But that's also a dangerous game to play against Oldham, who are more than adept at that style of play as well. We'll see what they come up with. A couple of changes to the on-court personnel as Filson and Gregan take a break, and on comes Alex Mitten, promising young player, and Saunders comes back.
Final quarter here, 8-point game, the Owls. Seeley on the ball here. There's long arms. Out to Mitten there. He's under the basket there, misses the first, misses the second. The rebound there from Murphy.
Great rebound there from Murphy, but again you see that the problems that Titans are having just getting the ball out of that pressure. Fraser, once again, he drifted again. He didn't stop in the perfect position, otherwise it would have been 2 points. But they've got away with one again, Titans. A little foul there at mid-court.
There's a nice pick and roll there from Matt Seeley and Murphy. He's got to put that away.
Yeah, I think he was caught in two minds whether to go backboard or straight in there. In the end, did neither.
Angle wasn't quite right.
It's those little chances that Titans really have to capitalise on if they're going to pull back this deficit and win this game.
Drive there on the baseline. Preparing the rebound, picked up by Bridges. Adepitan not happy there, is he?
He's not happy because what his argument, and it's a valid one, is that there's a player on the floor and the player with the ball went towards him. Now, normally that constitutes a danger to the player and the referee is supposed to stop it.
Didn't on this occasion.
Didn't on this occasion. Another turnover.
Yeah. It's Older Miles now drifting down on the break. It's a 3-on-2. It's Fraser. The post up. He's missed both, and it's Saunders with the rebound.
It's unusual to see Dan Fraser miss from that position. That's really his bread and butter shot. See more pressure here from Oldham.
It's a 10-point game here. Saunders on the ball. Needs to get it over the halfway line. Does so. There's Milton, the 1.5 there, gets it to Saunders. He gets it into Murphy. Back to Milton. Adepitan with the rebound, but just can't put up the layup. Oh, it's all over the place at the moment.
Well, clever pass there, wasn't it?
In the benefit of the doubt. Edwards there with two. This is slightly concerning because they're now getting very easy baskets.
Yeah, 12-point game here, and they're really not doing anything to change the momentum in the game. If anything, it's Oldham that have changed the momentum more in their favour by putting this little press on, making it harder for Titans.
There's Murphy there with the post from distance, and he's got it in. 2 points there.
And that's exactly what we were talking about earlier. When they're under pressure, there's nowhere there. He needs to be that get out of jail card for them. And he's done a good job so far.
Edwards here, who's played the entirety of this game, kicks it to the top. Bridges, that's a nice shot there. They seem to be finding the gaps and the spaces now and picking them off.
Yeah, that's just, you know, ABC of pick and roll basketball right there. The help came that time, but maybe the timing was a little bit off.
Adepitan on point, Saunders. Frustration there, but they've won the ball back. Adepitan. They need to look after the ball here, make this count. Shot clock's running. It's put up by Matt Seeley. Nothing there.
They're just having to make harder shots, unfortunately, Titans at the moment. And there we see the difference. That illustrates it perfectly. Nice ball movement, kept their heads, found the open player, mismatch. Easy two for Jack Perry in the low post.
A 14-point game. It's Matt Seeley, as the game becomes a little bit more stretched. It's working in favour of Depitan there, the misplaced pass.
Yeah, that has to go down, even it's their possession, it has to go down as a turnover. There's 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Now this press from Oldham, what's happening is that by the time Titans get the ball even into a threatening area, there's somewhere between 12 and 8 seconds left, which isn't a lot of time to get a legitimate shot off. So they're really struggling with this press right now.
Some key words being spoken, no doubt, from Titans coach Sugden. If you were in charge here, JJ, what would the game seem to be pulling away from them? Have they got to do what they're doing better, or have they got to just drastically change something this last 5-minute period and try and do something a little bit?
If I was in charge, there's a good chance they'd be losing by 30 already. But quite apart from that, I think what they need is they need to get the ball safe over into a threatening area far, far quicker than they are doing at the moment. At the moment, they're having to dribble, and their first outlet is near the halfway line. They need to get that ball a lot lower into the hands of somebody who can post up, perhaps, nearer the key. That way, at least the ball's in a safe but threatening position, and they can work off the ball, which is their advantage. They're quick players, they're mobile.
Saunders with the end bound. Into Murphy, the post-up shot. Doesn't make on this occasion. Substitution, Gregan's can come in for a Depitan. There's another 2 points there for Bridge. Good ball control there from Gregan. Into Murphy, to Seeley. There's a nice simple layout there under the basket.
And again, they managed to get the ball down into the low post to Stephen Murphy, and then the job becomes a lot easier. He was able to distribute it far better to the open man.
Bridges from the top once again there, an open shot. Nothing on this occasion. It's Murphy, the outlet to Saunders. They need to get Murphy down the court. He's that danger man, he's that outlet, as you mentioned earlier on. It's Saunders with the ball. And there's a nice 2 points there from Tyler Saunders.
Nice little drive from Tyler there, just knew he could get that mismatch over Laurie Williams. Well executed.
It's Perry there on the baseline. It's wide here to Edwards. Perry's cut inside, and it's another 2 points.
Again, a little bit of confusion in the Titans' defense there. Jack Perry moved the ball and was just able to go one-on-one there.
Owls there have applied a 2-man press. There's Milton in the post. They've picked out Saunders. So we have a 4-on-4 game. And there's a foul there on Gregan. 2 shots.
2 shots there. Still 14-point game, but again, Stephen Murphy pinning his defender, which makes a bit more space for someone else to make a cut off him.
First one's good. 2 for Gregan. With a 12-point game. Bridges here on the right. Kicks it out to Edwards. The rebound there from Fraser. Back to Edwards. Puts up another shot, and this one is good.
Yeah, paying the price there, Titans, for not blocking out Daniel Fraser, who was able to get that offensive rebound.
Press there broken by Titan. Seeley out to Gregan. That's a very, very, very big shot. Under pressure there from Gregan.
Timeout called by Oldham here. Still a 12-point game here, Jordan, and it makes you wonder if what Titans are really going to do now to try and pull this back, and have they left it too late? That's the big question here. There's what, 2:29 left on the clock. Have they left it too late?
Need a couple of quick scores, don't they?
They need scores, but more than that, they need possession. Really, they need steals.
So do you think that Dan Johnson, the coach there of the Oldham Owls, will be just telling his team, we've got a good lead here, there's not long left, it's about running the clock, using the full 30 before putting the shot up?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they're not going to panic. Dan's a wily old fox, and he'll be telling them wily old fox things just to take it easy, just keep doing what they're doing. But you see here that the reason that they're in this position is, as I alluded to earlier on, the turnovers that Titans have made are now coming to bite them. And the reason they can't is because their offense is not quite as polished as Oldham's. Even though Oldham have also made some turnovers and missed shots, but their offense is so much better.
They make up for it.
Yeah, they make up for it. They can sustain it. Here we go.
With a 2-on-1 here for Oldham. Another 2 points there. Perry and Edwards causing havoc again.
Press has now been called off, as one would expect.
Another misplaced pass there, this time from Saunders. There's Bridge here on the elbow, nice shot there, another 2, and they seem to be pulling away a little bit now.
Yeah, nice spacing there from Oldham there, and a good shot from Bridge, but as you say, they're probably going to pull away just because Titans have to chase the game a bit more. They're going to leave a bit more space.
Seeley to Saunders, to Gregan, to Seeley. He's got to put it up. A foul there on the shot there on Seeley.
Yeah, he bought himself a little foul there from Wayne Boardman. See some subs coming in for Oldham. Fraser comes on, along with Nat Craig. As Perry and Boardman take a little breather. They've done their job for the day.
First one no good from Seeley. Second to come. Gregan unable to grab that rebound on that second shot there. There's a fast break on here. There's Bridges there with the simple task of a layup. Saunders there with the spin, unable to get the better of Fraser, out to Seeley. And once again, the shot clock running down. Seeley unable to get his shot off in time. A violation there. There's Love on the ball here, being pressed high by Depitan. Edwards. Misplaced pass there from Edwards. Just into the last few seconds here now, JJ. This is going to be an Oldham win. What does this do for the league, and what does this do for Oldham's season?
Well, unchanged, I think. I mean, everything's going to come down to their game against Steelers as it stands at the moment. And that's what, in about 3 weeks' time, I think, against Steelers. I'm not sure if it's a home game or an away game, but it's going to come down to that. If they can pull back that 6-point deficit that they're under from the first game against Steelers, they would have come here expecting to win, and win they have.
And for Titans, it seems to be the tail of the turnovers will be the biggest regret and the biggest reason as to why they've not been able to get really close to Oldham. What do they need to work on now? What do they need to take away from this game?
Well, I think they did some of the things well, but again, I think their execution has to be a lot better when they've got man outs. They need to get the ball to those dangerous positions more often than they have done in this game. But more than that, I think they didn't really try to change anything in the game when they were like 8-10 points down. Should they have really been looking to put some other tactics in play, maybe a press of their own just to try? If you're losing by 10 at the end of the game, if you lose by 20, it's no difference. You still lost, but you needed to do the right things at the right time. And the question mark will be, did they do that?
Some confusion there on court. Sub was called, it wasn't called, it was called.
Well, last second substitution there as Ryan Smart comes on and Martin Edward goes off, having done a good day's work.
He's done very well today. Saunders out to Gregan. Back inside to Saunders. It's a foul there on Saunders from Fraser. Saunders to the line for 2. First one's good. It's 2 for 2 for Tyler Saunders. He's had a good game today. Took him a little while in that first quarter to get going, but once he did, he's done well there.
Yeah, he's had a steady game.
And that's the full-time buzzer there. It's a victory for the Oldham Owls, 64-48. Disappointing defeat there from the Titans in front of their home support. But it's, as you mentioned there, I think Oldham Owls will be looking to put the pressure on to Sheffield Steelers in that race for top spots. We've got some games to come on Sheffield. A couple more, I believe, but as you mentioned there, I think that game against the Steelers will be key in determining who takes the title this year.
Yeah, I'm sure Oldham will believe that they can pull back that 6-point deficit. But Sheffield are a really tough team. They've dominated the league really, and they're the only team that Oldham have lost to so far in this league. Sheffield, of course, will be bolstered by the return of Ben Fox, wonderful young player who's away for health reasons for most of the season, but he's back now, so they're even stronger than they were at the start of the season.
An applause there to the home support who came out in good numbers today to support the Titans. Not their day today, but they'll go again. Lots of young people here, JJ, enjoying wheelchair basketball, enjoying this fantastic sport. That's high-level basketball in this country. We've seen a very, very good game there between two good teams.
Yeah, quite so. They would have had a great time. It's a good day out if you get a top-level game of wheelchair basketball. You can see it's physical, it's quick, a lot of rattling, a lot of people falling on the floor. It's all the stuff we want to see, isn't it?
You love it.
Yeah, without getting hurt, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. Titans in the middle there, the centre circle, just having a brief debrief and a shout for each other. They've worked hard today. Execution not quite there at times. Maybe, as you mentioned, there's some in-game management that wasn't quite on the mark. 100% for effort. And they'll be going on to, I'm sure, bare minimum, consolidate that third spot and give a good account of themselves in the Euro Cup, as you mentioned earlier on.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, they'll obviously be disappointed with this. I think they hope to do a lot better in this game. But in the end, it wasn't to be. Oldham were deserved winners. They played the better basketball, made fewer mistakes, and that saw them through in the end.
So that concludes our game here at the University of East London. It's National League, Premier League encounter between London Titans and Oldham Owls, which finished 64-50 to the Owls, who will continue to put pressure on league leader Sheffield. Hope you enjoyed this coverage from the BBC's live online stream. Check out the BBC Sport website for more details on some more games that will be covered on this platform over the coming weeks. But for myself, Jordan Jarrett, Brian, and my co-commentator Joe Giratni, it's a good afternoon from us.